What's up, y'all? For the mention making is actually called African Philosophy and Literature. I mentioned my research on it right now on this topic right now because I'm actually going to be using this material for a future project that myself is actually working on. And I actually noticed that they actually try to say that it's African, philosophy, including literature, is actually an oral tradition, like oral practically means just like mouth, right? So they say that it's that tradition that has been passed down tribally. So I say something to you, you're memorizing, and you just pass it down to generation, right? That's practically what they literally actually saying. And I noticed that it's true, but entirely that's not practically true. You know what I mean? And I'm actually going to explain this actual video right here. So I'm going to speak about the definition of philosophy. Now, philosophy is actually understanding existence, reality, nature, something like that. It's practically kind of like understanding your surroundings, practically life itself, right? That's practically what philosophy is. It's practically one of the basics of it, right? So when I actually did my further research on it, practically multiple years ago, I actually put on my Facebook account like multiple times. One of it's actually aneurism, right? Pertaining to the Stone Age Africans, right? They was actually aware of that. I'm actually gonna spell it out for you. It's actually ANIMISM. Right, and it actually speaks of that everything practically around them is actually has a soul actually within it that they actually can communicate with, and actually view it as very sacred and very besides the fact of beautiful, but very sacred to them. So they actually had to respect it, respect the nature, respect practically their surroundings, practically respect it because of everything around them is actually giving them life, right? So practically to the foods they eat, to the water they drink, everything. So that's why they had to respect it. They had to honor it. These are early human African traditions, right? So you're telling me that's not a philosophy? You understand what I'm saying? So this is Stone Age period, like what around million years ago, right? The first people that walked the planet. This was their religion not religion, but their spiritual culture that they was literally believing in, and it predates all religion. They literally believe that all religion traces to this. You understand what I'm saying? So besides that, let's fast forward. Now, the literature and also philosophy, one thing they actually missed to add was that their literature and philosophy was actually the art that it was making. The art, the sculptures, practically something like that. Everything that African culture was based upon was actually their art. And they passed down to tradition. Their art tribally, like each tribe practically had their own art, sculpture, something like that, that actually reflect who they are. And when they pass it down to generation to generation, each of that has a philosophy, a existence of life, and kind of speaking about their surroundings, their life, their tribe, something like that. So when each generation see the artifact or see that item, they can identify and be aware of what it is, and including other tribes that actually understood what that item is and practically what it means to that tribe. You know what I mean? So we did have our philosophy. It was the art that we was making. That's how when you look at a lot of African art, we have art all over the place. That's why they don't want to speak about art pertaining to African history or African culture. You know what I mean? And besides that, and what I actually noticed, and I actually said this many times before, we are visionary creatures. We absorb faster than what we see than what we read. So that's why they actually put everything visually for us to understand it. And when we look at it, we understand its translation. It's real similar how it is with I'm getting sidetracked, but it's still kind of included to this actual topic here. When you look at the first language, one of the first languages, they actually communicate. I think it's called ideogram. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's ideogram, pictogram. It kind of practically for short, it's mostly speaking about we actually communicate through pictures, through art. Real similar how it is with the ancient Kemet, practically with their language, with their art. So we communicated with art because it was easy to understand. Real similar to what it is with when you see like a little sign and have like show a dog and it got like a little red thing across it, like no dogs allowed. You know what I mean? It was easy to understand. It's like saying a whole entire sentence, but it's only thing I'm showing you is just a picture. That's practically what African culture is. That's practically what it is. So just picture that a lot more depth pertaining to philosophy. You see what I'm saying? So that's practically what it was. It was easy for them to understand their culture, to identify it, to memorize it. It was easy for them to understand. You know what I mean? So that's practically what it was. And not just that, they also did it with the actual language. And then practically, I'm getting sidetracked, but that's practically what they did practically with everything else. And because it do excite me. It really do excite me because by me doing my research on African culture, I noticed that before language, one of the early stages of how we communicate was sound. Before they kind of make the sound connected to a visual. When you look at children, look at how they communicate. They communicate through sound. They communicate through sound or sense perception, as I'm calling it. Sense perception. You know what I mean? So they grab a ball, they hit it, they know what it is by sound, through hearing it, tasting it, looking at it, smelling it. That's practically with one of the early stages of understanding all surrounding practically our environment is practically like sense perception. Others actually communicating through sound. We still do it today. You know what I mean? So it started way back then. I mean, forgive me for getting sidetracked. But first, that's your point, though. That's practically what it is. So our actual philosophy was actually the art that was constructed in our society to identify who we are. And we still do it today. We do the same. They even said they even did it with, I think with music too. You know what I mean? Because you can hear certain music sounds from different tribes, and like, yo, the way that sound from over there. Where that sound is from over there. One of the things that fascinated me is kind of still connected to this was this No, I'm not actually going to say that because I was going to get sidetracked to speak of a whole bunch of other crazy shit. So forgive me for that. But that's practically what they actually, quote unquote, missed to add. You know what I mean? Their philosophy is actually their art. You know what I mean? And that identify who they are as a people, right? That's been passed down generation to generation. That's why when you look at each African tribe, they got art all over the place because it's easy to remember who they are, their people, their tribe, their surroundings, their environment, and so on. You know what I mean? So I gotta say about that. Peace.